Hi, Cancer. Welcome to your reading. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to see what messages want to come through for you, what you need to know right now for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. Private readings are available down below if you're interested. And if you sent a request and I missed you, give me a couple days for me to get back. And if you feel like you want to resend your request, feel free to do that. I'm happy to be back, you guys. I don't know how you're doing, Cancer, but life be lifing. But I hope that you're doing well, and I'm excited to get back into doing more readings. So, we have Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realms as your first card out. Oh, wow. There feels like there's a big plan here. There's a big plan, a grand plan that you're not aware of. There's something going on behind the scene. Actually, there's like multiple things that are unfolding that you might not fully understand, or you might not comprehend why certain events are taking place or why you're currently in this position. But your spirit guides are around you, your loved ones, angels, ancestors. They're guiding you, they're supporting you, they're here for you. There's a grand plan, a bigger picture than what is currently being shown in your physical reality. There's a lot of energetic upgrades and shifts taking place, and subtle signs, subtle synchronicities. Keep your eyes peeled for that. We have Inner Temple, Devotion, Tune into the portal of your heart. This is a card of like grounding. This is a card of rest and meditation and being more in the present, being more grounded in your physical body. What you eat, what you taste, what you smell, what you see, what you feel, really getting in tune with your senses and cleansing and purifying any distractions or distortions is actually what I'm hearing. We have Mirror, who or what is triggering you at the bottom. Okay, so perhaps that there's a situation in your life that's currently taking place, or recently, or in the next couple days, or whenever you come across this, there's a situation that might be triggering you, bringing up certain emotions or feelings that are asking you, what is it asking you? Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? That's what it's asking you. So there's a trigger here. There's something that is triggering you, Cancer, and it's eye-opening because something isn't in alignment with you. It's something's off, and you need to sit with it and observe it, and then you got to take some sort of action, or you're going to be guided towards taking necessary action towards making a change in your life. But yeah, something's not aligned, and there are distortions here. There's some kind of blind spot, or when you're driving, you got your mirrors. The mirror it's not as accurate. Right, I'm not pulling anymore, but I just split the deck. We have Trust the Niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you, right? With Align Your Life and Mirror, who or what is triggering you. Something's not right. Something ain't right. And see, that's why I held off from doing readings for a while. And it's been a while since I did a Cancer reading. It's been like a couple of weeks because something just wasn't right. There's a lot of things that weren't right. And I was like, I am not doing readings until I'm in a better state. So, but you might be also going through some things where like, this isn't right, or something here is just not, it's just not right. It's not the right slipper, the glass slipper. It's not fitting your shoe. It's not fitting your foot. I don't know what the hell. Okay. You know what I mean? Like when something's off, you have to listen to it. Okay. Anyways, let's see what's going on for Cancer for the month of May, or whenever you come across this, but right now it's May. We have the Magician. We also have Three of Swords. It's interesting how these cards came out like backwards from right to left. I normally read from left to right. So maybe you actually feel like there's a situation you're going backwards in, or it's like you've taken a few steps back. I just think that's interesting, the order of the cards that came through. So 9 of Wands, 7 of Cups, 3 of Swords to the Magician. There is actually like a decrease, right? 9, 7, 3, to the 1. We are actually decreasing here. Just noticing that. We also have the Hierophant at the bottom, which is the energy of practicing and studying and learning and higher wisdom. You might actually be going back to school, or there's something here. I see you're like nose deep, like you're very much focused, driven, dedicated. You're focused really on something that you're trying to perfect or you're trying to get good at. And it's requiring a lot. 9 of Wands is energy that it requires a lot of like persistence and dedication and focus and hard work, and it's not easy, whatever it is that you're doing. Like, you can even see his mermaid tail is kind of breaking apart. It's like stretching. It makes me think of like a sunburn, your skin peels, and it's like making room for like new clean baby skin, but it's like feels like there's a shedding going on. And it does look like you're moving through a period of uncertainty. You do have options. There are multiple avenues you could lead, you could choose, but it's about what's gonna be the best fit, right? And so as you're pushing through confusion, and you could be trying to get to the bottom of a situation, trying to get answers, trying to get clarity, it is painful because the next card is a 3 of Swords. All right, so 7 of Cups, 3 of Swords. I'm actually kind of starting to feel a little bit of nauseousness in my stomach. Like, I don't know where that came from, but it's probably just the energy. It's awkward. It's uncomfortable. I'm feeling it actually, the energy is moving up into my throat. So maybe there's something you actually need to express, or something you've been holding back or biting your tongue on. I'm getting that energy a little bit, but perhaps with Inner Temple, it's saying to think and sit with it before you start to like verbalize. Maybe check in with spirit, check in with God, or say some prayers before certain actions that you're gonna take. With the Magician, 3 of Swords to the Magician, this looks like you're moving in a place from woundedness. So be careful or be intentional of how you show up, because this is making me think of that saying, like, hurt people hurt people. I'm not saying that you're going out of your way to like hurt people because you're going through it, but like 3 of Swords and a Magician does feel like that's a motivation, or coming from this discomfort is pushing you in a way, pushing in a direction towards what exactly? We had the Hierophant at the bottom, the 3 of Wands, and the Fool. It's like you're wanting to do better. So that's good. So this pain that you're going through, it's growing pains. You are taking a closer look at it with the 3 of Wands and the Fool. You are preparing yourself, and it's kind of like you want to have a plan or a blueprint that you're following. There's something here. It's not going to be easy. I'm not going to lie, you guys. I'm not going to sugarcoat. With the Fool and then the 10 of Wands, this new start or this new cycle you're embarking on, it's not going to be easy, but you are optimistic here. Page of Wands underneath that. You are optimistic. You are motivated. You are driven. You have a good outlook about this. So you're learning from certain mistakes or regrets, or even learning from other people's mistakes. Maybe it's not necessarily like you're in the thick of it, but you're observing someone around you who you're watching on the sidelines. There could be some people around you, because I'm drawn to, in the 3 of Swords, there's like multiple people here that are I want to say infected. Infected. That's a way to put it. It just feels like there's a lot of heaviness that's shared. Four of Pentacles, and then the 5 of Pentacles. So someone's in denial, or someone's refusing to take part or take ownership or accountability, basically. someone sitting on their high horse. They're not willing to compromise or not willing to look at the reality or look at what they've done or the pain that they've inflicted or caused on someone. So now I'm actually getting with the Magician and the Three of Swords a manipulative energy. Perhaps you're dealing with someone that like intentionally goes out of their way to create chaos and disruptions. It could be in your life, and here you are with the Nine of Wands, like you're just persisting and trying to push through, but it feels like there's tests, or it's like an uphill battle, and you're like, my God, Jade, like when is it gonna get better, or how am I gonna get out of this mess, or like fuck. Seven of Cups to the Three of Swords, it's just uncomfortable, it's emotional, it's triggering, it's heavy, there's loss, there's this, there's that, like fucking what options do I have? Well, you do have options here, right? But like it is quite heavy. And so maybe this is even representing some parts of you, the Four of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles, where there's some things that you're trying to turn a blind eye to, or put behind you, sweep under the rug, ignore, avoid. Like that could definitely be representing the stage that you're in right now. But we do have to look at this Five of Pentacles. There's these two people, and this one individual, she's showing options, she's showing solutions, and this person sitting here, they're in denial, they're not looking, they're like blah 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 blah, close their eyes. So that's kind of like speaking to a brick wall and a waste of energy. At the bottom, we do have the Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Wands, and the Page of Cups. Someone here, and the Page of Swords, Eight of Wands. I do sense like there is a shift here, but I do question, because we have an Eight of Wands and then a Two of Pentacles. There's a shift, or there seems to be like a breakthrough. Not really a breakthrough. It depends. Ten of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. It kind of, there's like I see like the path splits into two. So for a group of you, there is a breakthrough. For a group of you, it's kind of like deja vu, same old shit. So it kind of depends on like where you're at in your journey and who you're dealing with. Because so some of you, whatever it is that you've been avoiding, overlooking, suppressing, ignoring, you are going to face this, and you're going to confront this, and you're going to actually take certain actions that are going to set you free and really expand the way that you think, the way that you walk, the way that you talk, the way that you express yourself. That's going to help you a lot on an emotional and spiritual level. And it's going to take you to higher places. It's going to take you to higher grounds. And then for others, where you're like, I'm not ready to confront this, or if you're dealing with someone that's like, I'm not ready to confront this, blah, 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 block it out. Well, it's not, if maybe it's like a family member. We have the Ten of Pentacles and then the Two of Pentacles. Perhaps it's like a family member, someone that's close to you, or someone that you may work with or live with. They have an option. There's this feast, there's all this abundance of food and love and support, but it's up to them. Do they want to take part in that? Or they're like, no, I'm not hungry. No, I'm good. No, I already had lunch. I'm on a diet. Like, you can't force them to eat. Just as others can't force you to do whatever the fuck. So, let's pull one more. I know we can clarify, get a little bit deeper understanding. But I feel like with this Five of Pentacles, it's like, let them sit with themselves, or you need to sit with yourself, or that's just what I'm getting with this card, sit with themselves. Yeah, take a seat. Take a step back. They don't want to look, they don't want to listen. If we take these two cards, if this is you, if this is representing your situation, you're like, talking about your concerns, or you're bringing up an issue and you've had this come up before, and it's just like you're talking to a brick wall. Now it's time for you to take a step back. You've no more convincing, no more trying to persuade, no more trying to pull them in. It's time for you to pull back your energy. So another thing I'm getting from that. Nine of Pentacles is at the bottom. Time to really focus on you. Two of Pentacles in the reverse. With the Page of Wands. Queen of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. So this situation that you've been like juggling and trying to keep up in the air, and you've been trying to, like, you may be overextending yourself, overexerting, taking on other people's problems that aren't even yours, by the way. Sometimes, I remember when I first got this deck years ago, and the writer, the creator of this deck, talked about that this can represent being caught up in drama or other people's bullshit. And so maybe it's like you're now finally removing yourself and you're like, you know what, this is not my mess to clean up. This is not my responsibility. This is something for you to work out. Like, this isn't, my hands are clean, you know? But the Two of Pentacles in reverse, if you've been indecisive, if you've been on the fence, you know, you can keep on flip-flopping and changing your mind. It's like Page of Wands, Queen of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. You're making up your mind. We go from the two to the ace. So yeah, you're making up your mind. You're making a decision. You're actually choosing. We go from a page to a queen. So there's actually quite a lot of development in a short amount of time. And you seem to have this approach that flows. Like, it's not forceful. It feels more in alignment. You know how we started this reading, like something feels off, something doesn't feel quite the right match or the right fit or forced. It's like, this is different. You could be connecting with somebody that's younger than you, or someone in your life, or somebody new that you might be meeting, and this could be the spark of a new endeavor, a new business project, or like business partnership for some of you. Like, I am seeing this could be in correlation to money or some sort of investment or something to do with like longevity, long-term future, long-term plans and goals. Because perhaps whatever it is that you're like shifting away from or leaving behind or backing away from, it wasn't stable to begin with, or just where it's at now, it's not stable. Okay, let's clarify some of this. Let me actually start off with this Two of Pentacles reverse. Kind of like finish off the thoughts. Two of Pentacles reverse. Okay. The Empress and the Fool. Tower at the bottom, a new approach, big old shift, Scorpio energy. We also have Taurus and Aries. Okay, so you made up your mind. You selected a new path. What did we see earlier? It was the Hierophant, the Three of Wands, and the Fool. Here we have the Fool again. So this is you ready to take this step forwards, ready for expansion, and like ready for change, my friend. Like you really seem to have cleared a direct path forwards, seeing things clearly, seeing things from a fresh new perspective. Queen of Swords, very logical, sticking to the facts, very wise, quick at making decisions, just setting those boundaries with yourself and with others. You're a good team player. We have the Three of Cups as well. Three of Cups and the Queen of Swords is someone that is highly respected. You know, they are very like optimistic, but they don't sugarcoat and they don't bullshit, and they surround themselves with good people. So taking a look into this Four of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, the energy we were getting of like, hey, you need to like pull back your energy, or you need to withdraw, or there's no need for you to like convince others or convince yourself or try and persuade or manipulate the situation or force something here. Four of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. Strength, which is Leo energy. In a lot of major arcana. clarifying. 4 of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles. 3 of Swords. Okay, so this is those growing pains, right? Let's get one more. 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, and the 4 Pentacles, 4 Pentacles coming out again. Page of Swords at the bottom. So this is like a completely new perspective, new frame of mind, and also a new way of how you communicate, or in this case, withholding communication. Maybe you're used to filling the silence, filling the space, always trying to bring comfort or clarity, or to explain yourself, and I just see here 4 of Pentacles, Page of Swords. You're actually like keeping your mouth shut, or you're like withholding. It is on. Look at this, 3 of Swords and the 4 of Pentacles. There is this, look, 3 of Swords twice and 4 of Pentacles twice. A lot of double confirmation. This is uncomfortable. Like, this is asking you to shed some sort of deep ingrained habit. Like, when I look at this 3 of Swords, look at her skin, her body. Like, it's not gonna focus because my camera's acting up, so I had to turn off autofocus. But her skin looks so tightly inwoven and tense, and it just seems here that this is something that is deeply ingrained, and it's like you're having to really withhold from old habits, or activating some sort of wound that needs to be healed. Like, don't pick the scab, let the scab heal. Otherwise, it's just going to keep on bleeding. It's never going to heal. So it's like 3 of Swords and 4 of Pentacles. Also not up to you to rush in and rescue and save the day. Like, be the hero. Like, it's not. And you got to focus on healing yourself. So Strength, 4 of Pentacles. You have to use all your might. You have to sit tight and practice patience with yourself. Especially if you're going through these growing pains, or some triggers, or these losses, or some sort of suffering. It's something with this 3 of Swords and the 4 of Pentacles. It's like there seems to be a clinging on, maybe the difficulty of letting go, but maybe right now you're needing to sit with it. Let's actually look into the 9 of Wands. Let's go backwards. 9 of Wands for Cancer. 5 of Wands and the Hierophant. So it's like you're committed, but at what cost? Because it's all this is bringing is chaos, conflict, drama, fighting, competition. Like, this is exhausting. It's like trying to prove that you're committed to something, or committed to a person, or committed to a plan. Like, it's like the 9 of Wands with this too. It's like you're trying to prove yourself. You're trying to show your strength, or show that you're capable. Maybe this is within a relationship here with the Lovers, but then we have the Devil underneath that, and the 7 of Pentacles. I'm hearing like, why don't you see me? Or can't you see me? Can't you see what I'm doing, or the sacrifices I've made? But this is becoming unhealthy. Look at the Devil here, and you're aware of it, and you see it, and you've probably seen this for a while, like the red flags, or, you're aware of some sort of codependency, or imbalance, or control, or like manipulation. Like, you're aware of it. Like, you're not blinded to it. You're very much aware of it. You're seeing it for what it is. But yeah, it's showing here that you've been resisting this, trying to like commit, because you're like, well, if I just stay a little bit longer, then it will change, or it will get better. Like, I'm almost there. 9 of Wands is persistent, right? 9, just one more push, and we'll get to the 10. But the 10 of Wands, like, it's 10 of Wands comes when we need to release. So it's like you're having to release this, and it's like a struggle here, because it's like you're committed, or it's like you don't want to give up, but at the same time, this is a lesson of like a lesson within yourself and within the situation, whoever you're dealing with, or if it's just an inner battle between you and your soul and you and your inner stuff that you're working through. But yeah, there's just like a lot of push, pull, push. It's like, whew, 7 of Cups. Let's look into that. What are the 7 of Cups for Cancer? Got these two. 5 of Cups with the 7 of Cups. Double confirmation. Okay. Yeah, it's just kind of trying to figure out, well, what went wrong? Why isn't this succeeding? Why? You know? Why? What could I have done differently? It's just like getting lost in the emotion, having trouble seeing your way through it because the feels are just way too intense and way too deep. And I mean, like the clutter, the emotional clutter, and I'm hearing emotional dysfunction. Okay, so this becoming like dysfunctional or like a distraction here. When will it end is like what I'm hearing. When will it end? Yeah, it's the energy of trying to figure, well, what went wrong, or what did I mess up on, or what, if you fail, say you failed a test, right? Go back to school times, you failed a test. Maybe you're studying something, you get your mark back, but you don't know like what questions did you fail or what mistakes did you make, and sometimes you wouldn't get the exam back to see what errors you make. So you're like, well, fuck, how am I going to improve up? I don't know what I went wrong on. Like, I hated that back in school. I hated that shit. So it's like that. Or let's see what's at the bottom. Two of Swords, Six of Wands. Choices. Six of Wands, Six of Swords. Maybe this is how others may be influencing you at this time, telling you how to steer your boat or which way you should steer your boat or what direction you should choose. And that could be having a bit of this confusion as well, like how do I move forwards, or people are telling me do this, do that, this is how you should feel. Then it's just like, that's where we go back to inner temple, tune into the portal of your heart, where it's like you gotta kind of get clear and get grounded within yourself and less about the outside noise telling you what you should do or how you should feel or how you should heal or how you should maneuver through this. Everyone's different, Okay, Three of Swords. Let's see. The Three of Swords. Why is the Three of Swords here? Nine of Swords. Okay. Two of Pentacles and then the Magician. So the good news is some of this is in your control. Some of this you actually have the ability to ease the pain. Not all of it, but a good chunk of it. The stuff going on in your head, in your mind, right? And I can understand it can be very difficult to shut the brain up. Sometimes I have a billion thoughts going in my brain. So that like the Three of Swords and a Nine of Swords, this is like that energy of overthinking and imagining these worst case scenarios and hurting your own feelings and jumping to conclusions, and then you can't sleep and your mind is just racing, you're tossing and turning, and it's exhausting. So Nine of Swords and the Two of Pentacles, like fear of change and loss or letting go, feeling like powerless, feeling like things are up in the air. But then Two of Pentacles and the Emperor, it's like, well, now you have a choice to make. Now you have a decision. Now you have to kind of get a hold of yourself or taking matters into your own hands. Okay, not everything is lost or powerless, or not everything is doom and gloom. You do have a choice. You do have options, right? We said that at the beginning of this reading. You do have options. So Emperor, Ten of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Nine of Wands. Look, we got the same cards coming out. So you have a choice to make, basically. You got a decision to make, and you are at a crossroad. And it is going to be very important what you choose, what you select for yourself moving forwards. Taking a look into the Magician. Thank you. Eight of Pentacles. So what are you dedicating yourself to? What are you practicing? What are you focusing on majority throughout your day? The quality of your mind. Talking about the Magician. Three of Pentacles. Maybe give a little less, right? Okay. Chariot and the Five of Pentacles. Maybe give a little less, okay? We go from the Eight of Pentacles to Three of Pentacles, which we see the decrease, where we are going full locked in, we are showing up, we are nailing every bit of energy and time and effort. We're giving it all. We're giving it everything. To that Three of Pentacles, which we're learning, we're growing, we're making adjustments. Maybe we're collaborating or talking with other people. We're getting perspectives from, others. We're getting support outside of ourselves. We're studying, we're learning, we're practicing. So we're making adjustments, right? which steers us in a new direction. Chariot, and we're overcoming obstacles like we saw with like Nine of Wands earlier. Nine of Wands can definitely bring in some troubles. The Five of Wands, right? We saw the struggles, the troubles, the emotional hurdles, the Five of Wands, the Five of Cups, and Three of Swords. Like, that's some pretty heavy stuff. So, but with the Chariot, it's energy of overcoming that. It's energy of perseverance and stepping into, new sense of self-worth, and kind of just like getting back on your horse, right? Now, where are you headed? Where are you going? Well, Five of Pentacles. So something is a dead end. It's finished. There's nothing else you can gain from this. If anything, it's saying you need to move the fuck away. You need to make as much space. You need to make as much distance. You need to remove yourself, because this is draining your pockets. It's draining your energy. It's draining you emotionally. This is not healthy. This is not helping you. This ain't good for you. If it ain't good, then it's gotta go. Okay, and what's at the bottom? The Knight of Pentacles. So this might be a slow, gradual transition, especially if this is like regarding your job or like a living situation, or if it's like marriage and you're in the process of like separating. This might be a slow process. It might take some months. It might take a few years. Maybe you're already in the middle of this and it's been going on for a while. Knight of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Two of Wands, and then we also have the Six of Swords. So if you haven't yet made up your mind of how you're gonna go about this, or which way this isn't anything you should probably rush into, if I'm being honest. Twos and the Knight of Pentacles, this is really saying you need to ease your way into this. This is probably not the time to make some crazy life-changing decisions overnight, or through sudden whim of emotion. This is not the time to make permanent decisions based off temporary feelings. Your feelings are going to settle. Right now, you need to just sit with it, let it feel, just let it out. And then move accordingly. Six of Swords, and then the Nine of Wands still there. And then the Ace of Swords, moving towards more clarity, more understanding. It's going to take a little bit of time, though. Yeah. But remember, whatever you end up choosing, right? We had all those twos, and then the last card that came out, which we clarified first, the Two of Pentacles reverse. Whatever you end up choosing, whatever path you end up selecting, whatever crossroad you're at, whichever direction you end up going down, it is opening up brand new cycle, brand new world, brand new experience, a whole new era, being reborn. Maybe this is motherhood for some of you, or it's something new that you're creating for yourself, a new life. So that is heavy. It's intense. I'm sending you a lot of love. I'm sending you good energy. You got this. And everything's always working out for you. Your angels, your loved ones, your guides, they have a plan, the grand plan. Don't forget this, although you're on a human level, you're like, what the fuck? On a spiritual level, on a soulful level, you're like, yep, this had to happen. There's a bigger plan unfolding. We got to be open. We got to be receptive. We got to allow and have faith and trust the process and trust ourselves. So that is where I'm going to leave your reading. Let me know how it resonates. I love you so much. Private readings are available down below, and I'll see you later, Cancer. Have a fantastic day.